And God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work, as it is written, they have freely scattered their gifts to the poor. Their righteousness endures forever. Now, he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your store of seed and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. You will be enriched in every way so that you can be generous on every occasion. And through us, your generosity will result in thanksgiving to God. May the word of God dwell in us richly. I, on behalf of the school, warmly welcome you all to the auspicious occasion of the upgradation ceremony of Government Higher Secondary School Lingrijan, Dimapur, Nagaland. It is your graceful presence that make this program a magnificent event which will be beautifully woven into the chronicle of the school.
Good morning, one and all. It is my immense pleasure to be standing here today and being a part of this historic movement. Indeed, this is a great liberty for Lingrijan community. In the year 2010, Government Middle School Lingrijan was upgraded to high school, and this is how this school came into existence. The school, the Lingrijan community in general, and the Lingrijan Village Council in particular have been longing for upgradations for some years, and this year, 2024, our much awaited dream has been fulfilled. This achievement has come along because of dedication and support of the teaching faculty, Lingrijan village community, students, parents, and above all, by the grace of God.
First of all, I want to express my gratitude and appreciation to our Honorable Advisor, Dr. Krikowali, for upgrading this school, Government Higher Secondary School. This privilege I've been waiting for such a long time. Actually, the council have been waiting for inauguration of this, but I've been telling them to wait because I want his presence here to inaugurate this, and we are fortunate to have his presence here, and we are once again very thankful to his presence, and I believe the benefit will come as per the demand submitted by the council chairman, the honorable advisor. I'm sure he will look at it favorably. Well, this celebration for upgradation is not just about the facilities and the resources, but it also symbolizes our shared commitment to nurturing the dreams, aspirations, and talents of our every student. Today, I want to share my opinion, a word of encouragement, also a word of advice to our teachers. This institution, my dear teachers, belongs to you. This is your heart and soul. You are called the shots here in this institution. You decide what is best, what is good for the students. Therefore, I would like to advise you to give your full commitment in bringing up our children, not only as a duty, but with such commitment that we bring up our students in the right directions, lead them with examples, so that this Lingrijan school perhaps will shine, will come on top of all other schools in Dimapur. To the students, this advice I want to give them. This is your institution. This is the place where you will learn how to lead your life in future. You will be hardly here for 15 years in this school. And if you don't study, if you don't devote yourself to the studies, your life will be in shambles after 15 years. Those who studies hard with dedication will become officers because and will become rich, successful entrepreneurs because the scenario in Nagaland is that now all the master degree, most of the master degree holders, or for that matter, even engineering degree holders, are now looking for grade 4 post. Many people have come to me with all these degree holders seeking for appointment in the grade 4, even as a constable in the excise department. What does it signify? It signifies that we have a huge number of educated unemployed youth looking for their sustenance. Now, if you become just a your qualification is a mediocre. Mediocrity has got no place in our society. Be it in government employment, you will never get employment as a mediocre student, nor you will shine in any business. Therefore, commit yourself to the studies. I understand that many of our students are being driven towards media, mobile, WhatsApp, all that. Your time is spent on all that, technology, which is not benefiting you. Therefore, commit yourself to the studies so that one day you will lead the people of Nagaland, you will lead a good life. To the parents, I want to tell you this. This institution is upgraded for you. You must be wondering why. The biggest possession, the most beloved possessions, your heart and soul, your children. Your children will be molded here. Therefore, I want to request you, I want to make an appeal to the parents here. Make sure that you extend all the possible help to the school community. Make sure that this compound is well protected and keep it safe. Before I conclude my speech, I want to make few submissions to our honorable advisor. We know that very sadly, many of the government schools have been overshadowed by the private schools in academic performance. Now, in order to overcome that obstacle, in order to overcome that practice, I would like to request our honorable advisor to declare this Lingrijan government higher secondary schools as an iconic school of excellence, where I believe once you declare that, We will endeavor to make sure that we bring out the best students from the school. We will show the best results. And of course, that will be followed by more resources and especially special consideration be given on teachers' deployment to these schools. We have so many other issues in Dimapur. Well, since I represent Dimapur constituency, I'm not here only to speak about the Lignijan Government Higher Secondary School. Yesterday we had a problem in Midland also, where there was a tussle between the health center and the school educations. This needs also to be looked into. And just now I had a talk with our honorable advisor that fortunate the middle school Midland, the school in Midland, there is an empty space. If your STEAM authority can please consider to acquire that land so that the school can be established there. The schools that we have in Midland, I'm sorry to use the language here, the classrooms are like rat hole. Very congested, very tight. How can we bring up students there? And now we have seen the situation in Nagaland. Many cannot afford the school fees. Many parents now they don't get admission in private schools because the school fees are high. Therefore, many flock to the government schools where the fees are low. Therefore, the only place where we can accommodate our children is the government schools. Therefore, I have been looking at it. I have seen our honorable advisor is working so diligently to bring about a change in Nagaland in school education, and which I would really congratulate him on such initiative, and perhaps that benefit of that initiative will definitely start from Dimapur. Thank you.
In the first place, I bring my warmest greetings to the principal and the students of our school. Because of you, we are here. Because of you, all the public are here, led by our honorable MLN advisor, my elder brother, Motoshi. He has been talking about your school for many, many months. Finally, we are here. His love and concern for your area is there. So thank you so much for initiating this. It is a privilege to be here. We are in the business of running schools, and it is important that our schools improve. We know that Nagas are generally very poor people. You go to the village, they are hardly able to take care of themselves. Our teachers who go to different parts of Nagaland, to every nook and corner of Nagaland, we have schools. They are unable to get staff quarters, so they are unable to get even proper residential places in their village. So you can understand that we have so many young promising children, and for that it is our job to provide education, and slowly we are improving our school systems also. In Nagaland we have 1,939 government schools. We have also 722 private schools and a couple of central schools. So a small state like ours, our job of giving education to our children is very important. We are in the process of improving the quality, the upgradation of the school into class 11 and 12 will be a new beginning for this colony. This colony is one of the biggest ward as well as one of the biggest colony in Dimapur. It has a population of about roughly 12,000 to 11 to 12,000 population, and so this area is very important to us. In the neighborhood, we have a couple of private schools also. So we are looking at all this geo-positioning of our schools. So our nearest government primary school is industrial area, which is walkable, not walkable, but since it is children, so we have classes 6 to 11. Next year it will be 12, 6. So since the village council had also given their request, and since our honorable MLN advisor, your leader, he had also said that this school should be made into an iconic project, I think he should also spare his iconic fund so that we build more infrastructure and we should have a composite school here, A to class 12. You look at our neighborhood, the Lima Ayer Memorial School, they have 1,021 students. If you look at Cornerstone School, which again is class A till class 12, they have 624. The other two high schools, private schools, which are in the neighborhood are Lee's Woodland with 366 and Harvest Mission School with 371. So you can understand that the whole dynamics of taking care of our children are based on both private as well as public partnership. So we know that in the not so old times, most of our leaders in whatever sectors in all walks of life, they all studied from government schools. Now the private schools are contributing a lot to the what do we call leadership, new leadership. But as I mentioned in the beginning, and I have to repeat this, today the largest developmental money is being borne by the state government in the field of education. Every year we have a budget of about 830 crores for education alone, which is the second largest department in terms of employees. So the police department, of course, is bigger than us, but we spend a lot of money. Delhi is giving us a lot of money for our recurring expenditure. Our teachers, many of them, their salaries are coming from Delhi. And not only that, it is from the individual pockets of many parents who are taking out their money and they are investing it in you. The idea of uniform is very important for us, especially in education. Uniform. All are equal in the eyes of God. All are equal in the eyes of our teachers. Our teachers, they are very concerned about you. The teachers, when you pass out with good results, the teachers are more than happier than any other discipline. For example, our neighborhood school, JHSS Chumu, we could able to get one topper from them. How much we are proud. Every year when matric results or higher secondary results come out, our teachers, especially the teaching community from the government schools, we hung our head in shame because nil zero result. We know that there are structural issues here. So I've been telling our teachers, there is no need to feel embarrassed. We cannot do anything. Every school, high school you go, you will see that in class 9, the maximum number of students are there. Many of them, many of you in class 9, and I also remarked this for our school, many of you will not be able to clear class 9. The chunk of our population is in class 9. How it will be very nice if you are there within the formal education system, because many of you will become dropouts. And therefore, we have also introduced for the first time across the country the early child and care education. Unless we start from the beginning, so the changes we will see, it will not happen immediately. The nursery, pre-nursery, if we nurture that, in another 10 years, 12 years, we will see improvement. So there is no need to hang our head in shame. We are doing what we can. The teachers, especially from the government schools, if you are not qualified, you cannot enter the system. So today we have so many government schools where the private sector cannot participate. We are there till the extent of the farthest of every village. So the job of the government is to provide all this needful. We are improving the system, and so our teachers are the most qualified. If you look at private schools, many of them, they do not even have what do we call proper infrastructure also. But apart from that, most of our government private schools, there are untrained teachers. What is good about them is that the principal or the head of the institution, along with the teachers, they have shown their leadership. We never had this. Therefore, the SCRT, our government of Nagaland, we had also started the State Leadership Academy, where it is now compulsory for principals, headmasters to get not only administrative training, but also to learn how to do the administration and running the leadership qualities of a school. So we are improving sectoral arrangement, and we hope that in the long run, we will be able to nurture. You have a vibrant principal. I'm sure she has her full dedication for all of you. Under her leadership, we hope the school to improve. This year we had only 24 boys and 28 girls uh, in our school for class 11. Together we have 52 class 11 students, and altogether we have 571 students. Take the instance of Mayonokcha Higher Secondary School in Mokchun. Your situations are similar. You also begin your class from class 7 to 12. They're in class 11. They have, this year we could admit 223 arts class 11, 50 commerce, and 73 science students. So altogether we have 346 students in class 11 alone. So we are trying to understand the pattern of migration. I know this colony is mostly from one particular tribe. It does not matter. What is important is that migration is taking place. Many of you children, especially you all belong to a village. I do not know how often do you go to your village. That also depends a lot on your parents. Your parents, how they are close to their village, that will define a lot of your connection to your village. Every Naga comes from a village, and it is important that the dynamics of human migration since the early times has been there continuing till now. We are taking care of our village schools, but we are also restructuring our understanding of urban areas. And therefore, we are mapping area by area. Just the other day, I went up to Mokchun to have a huge consultative meeting with our public organizations, including the civil societies, and especially the churches, since our pastor is also here. The churches invited were the Pentecostal, the Christian Revival Church, and of course, ABAM and the Catholics. So what we are looking forward today is the job of taking care of our children. It has become too risky. It has become impossible for us to let the education department alone take care of them. We need partnership. How much the community is contributing to the development of our children, for the care of our children. When I was given this assignment, the first school I visited was Sudigon High School. And there are two high schools there. One run by the Baptist church there, by the church body there, and our high school. The children are very dedicated. The teachers are even more dedicated. The teachers even have what we call teachers' uniform. Such was their dedication that our school is improving a lot, and the other one is trying to catch up with us. If you look at Dimapur, therefore, we know that Sugidon, I mentioned that because that family, they are not even from that area. Those people are from what do we call a village called Mopunchuket. So their grandfather was there in that area as an engineer. He was there. Then he realized that the area does not have school. And therefore, his family continues, and God has blessed their family a lot. So in the process, the children, the grandchildren of that person who initiated the land giving, they had built their ground, they had built what do we call nice machan also for the school. So this kind of contribution from the family, from the community, is what we require today. And therefore, my request, of course, I've seen your request also, please give more interest to our school, because our children, they need to, our contribution from the community, that is very important for us. Likewise, when we had our consultative meeting in Mokchun, we are beginning to understand that for 4 or 5 children in a village, we cannot be sending so many teachers there. So we will soon be starting the multi-age classes, where class A and B, class 1 and 2, they have to be clubbed together. And we cannot be given a full set of 7 or 8 teachers for 3 or 5 children. So the church, we are requesting the church to take care of our teachers' housing. From our end, we will do what we can. So no child, whether you are from the urban area, from a big or small village, from whatever walks of life, no child should be a dropout. Every child has a right to get education, and therefore, I want to bring that we need public and private partnership. In Dimapur, we all know that a lot of our people are migrating here. The potential for what do we call this particular school, especially in class 11, comes from GHS Taekho. We have 885 there. From GHS Sarbura 737 from GHS Burma Camp. Earlier it used to be 1036, but now because of infrastructure problem, we have brought it down to 848. From GHS Kuchaibil 580. So I request the school administrators, the teachers, to go to these high schools, meet the teachers, meet the students, maybe by September, even now, that after they pass out their class 10, they can come and study there. So we will soon be initiating MOUs between our government schools. We are beginning to realize that our higher secondary schools, everybody like the Mayanokcha, everybody is trying to get what do we call seats there. Our own children who are passing from government schools are not getting there. So it is our priority. We will make our priority that those who are passing from our government schools will be getting admissions first. So this is one area where we will be structurally changing some plans. The problem of plenty has created a lot of inefficiency in our problems. As I said, we had 1,939 schools. This year, the government had taken a decision. We are closing down 107 schools in the form of amalgamation, in the form of downgradation, in the form of outright closure. 17 primary schools are being closed down, and out of these 107 schools, we will be able to generate about 600 to 800 surplus teachers. We will be able to provide where children are there. We will be able to provide what the government has to do. We have problems of teacher shortage in the form of technical subjects like math and science teacher. You are very fortunate that you have the full set of teachers. Not only that, you have surplus grade 4 and grade 3 what do you call faculty also. I have noticed that we have 6 regular grade 4, 1 ad hoc grade 4, and 1 contingency grade 4. We have 439 fixed employees all over the state, and they are getting the minimum wage. We are trying to do something about them. They have been very sincere in their works. So since they do not have APAR, we will be requesting the head of institutions to give their APAR so that we mitigate their service for us also. Likewise, if you look at what do we call our GMS here in Dimapur, led by GMS town, we have 684 students cram up in that school. Then we have Signal Angami 432, so cram up. So technically speaking, so many of our GMS needs to be increased in terms of infrastructure, in terms of land. This year in Mon district, a kind of revivalism is taking place in Mon district. The schools are good, the schools are doing very well. 1,439 matriculated from Mon district alone. Now, where will they all go? So today we are looking at all the private schools, all our government schools. Where are our children going? Because starting from last year, the last batch, 15 colleges all across Nagaland, they were stopped from taking class 11 and 12. Our state was simply not prepared to accommodate that. So we are rushing things. So we open up, we upgraded a primary school to higher secondary school in Monsi. There is no space, but where will the student go if we do not upgrade? So we have land issues because most of our schools are being given by our community. I'll again today request our council members to also give more land, whatever. This is where we can see potential for growth. We are looking at schools where there are potentials for growth. We will invest, we will give our thoughts there also. Today, we need to create model schools, and in that regard, through the Nectar project, we are initiating 16 model schools in the form of lighthouses all over the state. These 16 schools will not cater to everybody. Likewise, we need to come out with parallel model schools, 16 model schools. This will help improve the delivery system. You go to some of the best advanced countries in the world, like New Zealand. Their education systems are on the top. You look at Australia, the state of Victoria, it is on the top. These are the top educational institution countries in the world. And look at the schools, their system. Australia, for example, 70% of the schools are run by government. Government schools alone compose 70%. 20, since it is predominantly Catholic, 20% by the Catholics. and 10% by private entities. So the best, and we are not talking about impossible things, the best teachers are there with our government schools. They are all trained. They are all there for you. Today, there is a clamor for our 11 and 12. People are unable to get seats. If there is a rush for our government schools in class 11 and 12, why is it not happening at the primary or the middle school or the high school? This is what we envision to do because, as I said, we are spending more than 1,500 crores alone on private schooling system. The private schools who are doing well, they will continue to do well. We are not going to create new rules for this, what do we call private schools. I've given them my assurance. This year alone, we have recognized from next year, 69 private schools have been recognized or were given provisional recognition. They came up with 33 schools. I said, how many schools are asking for recognition? 69. I said, recognize all of them provisionally because there are issues of children being there. Under duress, there are children studying in all these schools. So we recognize them. But provisionally, we had recognized them. If they do not fit into the government frame of rules, we will close down. We will ask them to shift out. What was happening was that we were having so many good schools, but right in front of our school, without following government orders, we allowed a private school to come up and we had killed our own school. So we are realigning the private schools and the government schools, and this partnership is important. We all need to grow at our own levels, but we need to bring dignity to our teachers. We need to bring dignity to our government schools. And I see that the youngsters, especially those who are in the teaching field, they are very excited. Next year, we will be recruiting a lot of teachers, and we will call it as the Nagaland Education Service. This Nagaland Education Service, those who are qualified, they will compete with each other. It will become like the NPSC exam where ESCs, DSPs are all recruited. We have already charted out how many people are going to retire every year and what will be our needs. And according to that, we will be, what do we call, having a yearly exam where teachers, 300, 400, 500, depending on the year of retirement, will be joining our Nagaland Education Service. What I've noticed in the Western world, we all inherited the Commonwealth system, especially we are talking about countries like Australia and New Zealand. Their system is so good. They had the same problem of teacher transfer. Who will go and become the principal of the school? They all had this problem in the 1980s. We are recreating a new system, and for that, teachers, I will want to have your confidence also. We will consult all the stakeholders. For a long time, the graduate teachers were dominating the directorate. Our additional director is here. They were at the roost of running the affairs, and they were able to suppress the primary teachers who were the bulk. They had no voices. They had the audacity to even suppress the graduate Hindi teachers. Graduate Hindi teachers otherwise are not allowed to become directors. They were even suppressing their own fraternity, graduate physical education teachers. That's why I'm today asking the graduate teachers today. The manner in which the postgraduate teachers are coming, the entire department is going to be overrun by them. Today we are fighting over how many DEOs should be given to PGTs and how many should be given to the others. They said only 4 DEOs should be given to, out of the 16 plus, Meluri now 17, to the GTs. We should stop this squabble. We should stop this infighting. So, Wuntungo, who just retired, he was there as director. He's from the PGT cadre. He was there for 7 years and 3 months. The next PGT director will be there for another 2.5 years. So, we are realigning how we should bring justice to all service, and therefore, we will not have all these different cadre system. Everything will fall in place, called the Nagaland Education Service. We call the primary institution the head as teacher in charge. How we are calling them, I find that there is no dignity. We call a high school as headmaster or headmistress. We call higher secondary as principal. They are, whether your building or whether your institution is big or small, you are head of institution. In Australia, all across the country, they are all called as principals. So we will bring unanimity, we will bring dignity in how our teachers are being and how our administration, we have to give dignity to everybody. I just want to, since this is predominantly out, we are surveying every constituency. Like for example, Impur, I was just sharing the notes with him. We have 581 students in our government schools there, roughly about 733. So altogether, that composes of the many schools which we have in Impur. So we are calculating whether our schools are profitable or not. We are not into business, but our schools should perform. It should be profitable now. Today, and since many elders are here, I just want to take the example of Kubulong. Kubulong High School was made, and Kubulong High School was made without any political interferences. For example, even N.I. Jamir, R.C. Chiten in Chantongya, there was no political influence. The first high school in eastern area and the fifth in the state, 1953 Wakchin High School. It was built in a neutral space where the feeder schools were taken into consideration. Today, Longjang, they have their own high school, Sangratsa, as well as Mopunchuket. Will you go from Mopunchuket High School to go and study in Sangratsa High School? That has become the issue. For that, we are now doing the process of consultation. The delivery system has to improve. The public will be taken into consideration. And for that, I just, as a running commentary, want to mention that to our elders. Your inputs will be very important. We will take public consultation. We will improve our schools so that our teachers can give their maximum ability. Our students will be able to come back to our government schools. And here, government schools are free. It is Naga mentality that if it is free, it is not worthwhile. We are running these affairs with a lot of money. Free. Free is not free, but free is the best. So we have the best teachers also, and everything the government is subsidizing. We see that our forests are all being cut down. What for? Because our villagers are so poor. We see that there are a lot of social unrest in society. What for? Everybody needs money. And where are this money going? For your readmission, for your admission fees in private schools. Your parents, they are rearing a pig. You don't even get to eat that pork meat. They will sell it outrightly. What for? For your school fees. We are just doing stupid things. We think that our government schools are second class, third class. Many years ago, not many years ago, about when our statehood was first formed, there was no much private schools, just one or two. Even those private schools, they are unable to take care. So government took over all these private schools also. So only in recent times, the mushrooming of private schools are coming. Many of our private schools are operating like pawn shops by the roadside. We will close down all these shops if they do not qualify. We have to have collective decision here, and therefore I want to assure you all children, you are no lesser because you are studying in a government school. In a place like Australia, they don't allow you to travel very far. You will have to go to your nearest school. So it does not matter whether it is private or government school. You should be able to access, you should be able to go to, in Kohima alone you have seen the private schools. They create traffic jam because they bring children from all over the city. Here also you will see they bring children from all over Dimapur city and create havoc to create public nuisance. So it is important that children should learn how to walk to their schools. They should be able to study in their neighborhood. And so we will improve. So children, I want to request all of you, give your best. This school has never seen a history of pass percentage of more than 73, except last year, 84%. This year, let us not look at how many of you are going to fail. Your teachers are all there. It's a new school. We need new energy. Soon we will make infrastructure. We will make this into a composite school, class A to class 12. And for that, I want all of you to do your studies diligently. If you do well, it reflects on the indicators of our school parameter system, and we will be able to add more infrastructure. We will be able to give more inputs for your distinct. So I've spoken quite a lot, but since I'm here, I've taken time. But thank you all so much for giving the time, for the opportunity to celebrate with all of you. We have a new baby, huh? A big baby in the form of class 11, 12. We hope the school will continue to make all of us proud. Thank you all so much.